When I got in college, I made a certain series of tests and experiments and found out that poetry, of all things, seemed to be poetry in every language to everybody else. That's a very peculiar thing. Why is it that poetry is that musical rhythm which communicates? Why should it communicate? You read somebody a poem in Japanese, he can't speak Japanese, he says, aha, he says, that's poetry. Why should he understand poetry in Japanese? And this puzzled me. What is in the brain, the head, the makeup of man that makes him recognize poetry? So I tested it all out on a kinetophotometer. Very elaborate physical experiments. And found out that poems in Japanese, poems in English, I got a hold of an Indian student, got him to come over and recite some Indian poetry, all made the same curve on a kinetophotometer. And I said, isn't this wonderful? We have discovered something, the aesthetic of language, which records on a physical instrument. And isn't this beautiful? And the people who know all about it over there in the psychology department had better know that you can test all this on a kinetophotometer. And at that moment, I fell off the cliff. I went over for the first time to the psychology department and found out for the first time in my life that there isn't anybody who knows all about it on earth. That was a shock to me. You see, I'd never seen a mystic do anything but practice with confidence. And I had never seen an engineer express anything but confidence and knowledge of his subject when he was building railroad bridges. And I was used to a world where men were expert, where they were positive, where they could get results, make an effect, and knew their business. And I had just put a foot in a morass, which not only didn't know, but didn't care to know, really. In other words, here was a segment of human knowledge which was letting us all down. And at that moment, I got very interested.